Coursera coming in at number 4 on CNBC's latest Disruptor 50 list. Our Julia Boorstin joins us alongside the CEO. Julia.
Thanks, John. And Jeff Maggioncalda, CEO of Coursera, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Julia.
So, Jeff, tell us, what has been the impact of COVID on demand for classes and degrees at Coursera?
Well, it's been considerable. UNESCO tracks the number of school closures due to COVID. As of April 20th, 1.6 billion students from kindergarten to college had their schools shut. And even as the school shut down, people went online to start learning. So we've seen individuals coming to Coursera, 500% year-on-year increases from the mid-March period to now. They're learning data science, computer science, they're taking personal wellness classes. And so we've really seen a tremendous spike from individual learners and also from universities who are trying to move their teaching online, but often don't have the resources to do that.
Now, about 2 months ago, you launched the Workforce Recovery Initiative to offer free courses to unemployed workers. What kind of progress have you made there? How many people have been taking those classes through that program?
Yeah, basically when we saw COVID coming, and it was one of our partners at Duke who had a joint venture with Wuhan University, they had the campus closed in January. So we knew that this pandemic was going to be making a global presence. And first, of course, it was the hospitalizations and flattening the curve. The next thing we saw was school closures. And so we started offering Coursera for campus for free to universities so that students can continue to learn online for free. We've had 1 million students enroll, over 5 million enrollments, and over 13 million hours of learning. That's on the student side. But the next wave after the school closures really is unemployment. We saw that coming, and so we said, let's do Coursera for government for free through the end of the year so that any national, state, or local government can offer our partners courses at no cost to unemployed people impacted by COVID through the end of the year. And so far, we have seen a lot of interest. We are now activated at more than 150 countries, and 225 U.S. states are using this. And it really is 3,800 courses in computer science, data science, job skilling, career search courses that are available to help people get reskilled during this downtime.
Now, a big part of Coursera's business is something called Coursera for Business. You're partnered with over 2,000 different companies, help them upskill their workers. I'm wondering what's going on there. Are you seeing those companies cut back because they're facing cost pressure, or are they shifting their investments in different ways? Where's that business?
It's really a mix. I think that it kind of depends on the industry and to some degree the region. But for the most part, industries in travel, hospitality, entertainment, the ones that have had their business models, deeply challenged by stay-at-home and closures of business, they're not spending a lot of money on learning, or they're trying to obviously cut back on almost everything. But for most industries, professional services, financial services, manufacturing, we are seeing a redoubling of efforts to accelerate what some people call digital transformation. This is the idea that across businesses, the ability to use data to make better decisions, the ability to move software into the cloud so they can have more efficient cloud computing, the ability to create digital experiences for their customers, and to do sales and digital marketing to find their customers, as well as using digital data and computing to make better, more efficient supply chain operations decisions. Really, digital transformation is happening around the world in every industry. And I think, frankly, higher education is about to really undergo their experience with digital transformation in the coming months and years ahead.
Yeah, digital transformation is something we've been talking about quite a bit on the show in the midst of this pandemic. Jeffrey, thanks for being on with us. I'm curious, because we've been talking about the opportunity for disruption and the adoption of online learning for many years pre-pandemic. It never really fully took root. But I'm wondering now, how do you keep students and participants engaged and willing to stick it out to the end of a course? Are there lessons that have been learned in the years ahead of this pandemic that you're now applying to be able to help them avoid things like digital burnout?
Yeah, well, one of the analogies I like to use is that building online learning from the ground up to be online is a lot different than putting a Zoom camera in front of a lecturer. Doing that is similar to going to a drama, like a play, and just like video recording a play and calling it a movie. Movies have special techniques. They have soundtracks. They have cutscenes. There's a way to design a movie where a movie is not just a recorded play. Similarly, there's a way to design online learning so that it's not just a camera on a lecturer. One of the ways to avoid burnout is to build it from the ground up to be digital online, have engagement, have the ability for individuals to kind of go at their own pace, to build projects, do hands-on experiences, do group experiences. So I think there's a way to design it to avoid burnout. With respect to completion, it really has a lot to do with why the learner is there in the first place. If you think about the amount of learning that happens on YouTube, it's massive. Not everybody finishes every YouTube video. Not every individual finishes every Coursera course. But if the courses help you get something that you want to get, usually it's a credential, it might be a college degree, might be a certificate, might be a job, completion rates are much higher. One of the great examples of this is the state of New York partnered with Johns Hopkins University to train COVID contact tracers. This is a free course. It's 5 hours long. It's only been available for 4 weeks. We've already had 400,000 enrollments, and the completion rates are above 30%, sometimes 50%, because people are looking for jobs.